I'm Lucy from Women's Aid Federation of England, the national charity supporting women and children experiencing domestic abuse. We have around 170 member services in the country, and they're delivering life-saving support to survivors and their children, including in refuge services, which the Istanbul Convention calls shelters. Our data shows that over 11,000 women and over 13,000 children access a life-saving refuge space each year. These services go far beyond providing just a safe place to stay. They deliver a holistic and expert package of support to women and children that enables them to leave abusers, that supports them to cope with the traumatic experiences that they face, and that starts to help them to rebuild their lives in independence and in freedom. Our member services continue to face funding crisis after funding crisis. From 2018 to 2019, we know that over 60% of referrals to refuges were declined, and largely that's due to lack of space. It's not only about the lack of physical refuge spaces. We know that the funding crisis means many services simply cannot offer the specialist support that individual women might need. That means that women that face additional forms of discrimination due to their race, their ethnicity, their disability and other characteristics can experience even greater challenges in accessing safety. We know that ratifying the Istanbul Convention will help to change this. Article 23 makes very clear that the government needs to provide adequate shelters for women and children escaping violence and abuse. Critically, it makes clear that general types of accommodation or homelessness hostels are not sufficient to meet the support needs of women and children. The domestic abuse bill currently progressing through Parliament isn't clear enough about this distinction, and we fear that without the Istanbul Convention, survivors will continue to face unsafe and unsuitable forms of housing when they're escaping abuse. Ratifying the convention will mean the government will be legally required to fund and ensure the sufficient coverage of specialist women's refuges. This could save lives.